Yeah, Abigail, you had sent some question. Probability. Do you check the answer? Okay, all of you will turn on the video, students. Keep the videos on. Be quick, keep it on. You have to start. Just turn it on. Abigail, Anya. Yeah, tell me what are the chapters we have done so far, students? What are the chapters you have completed? Banking, GST, linear inequation. Okay, trigonometry, heights and distance. Both are one chapter. Heights and distance next. Probability and that's it, right? Linear inequation, probability. Okay, in which one you'll have doubts? And Malavika, did you go through probability videos? Completed, Malavika. There are two more, right? Total 4 or 5 videos are there. 4 videos. Complete those. Okay. And probability, see, I'll tell you all students, these two chapters, practice questions from your textbook. Whatever I have done, that is more than enough. Still, you all can practice few questions. Linear inequation, probability. In linear inequation, practice LCM based question. Where there is denominator, LCM. Make a note. LCM based question, you will practice. Banking, GST is enough. Whatever I taught, that is fine. Trigonometry, heights and distance. Even that one you will practice. We'll start next chapter, matrix. See, matrix is a easy chapter. Matrix. Does anyone have textbook with you all? Nobody has textbook? Yeah, open matrix chapter. Yes, Kia, open matrix. Is anything given here like this? Syllabus given there? Yeah, what is given? Read out here. What is given there? Okay, syllabus is not given, right? Fine. Fine. Yeah, just close the textbook. Look at the screen, students. Can you see the screen, all of you? Is it being shared? Okay. Now, matrix. It's a very simple concept. Matrix is a simple chapter, but it's a lengthy. Same like which one? Like probability. It's a simple concept, not probability. Linear inequation. The concept is simple, but lot of questions to solve. Lot of different types of questions. First, what is matrix? Look here, read this. A rectangular arrangement of numbers in the form of horizontal and vertical line, enclosed by a bracket or parenthesis. See, this is a bracket. In this, they'll give you certain numbers: 5, 8, 3, 2, 1, 4. This is known as matrix, students. Certain numbers will be arranged in this order, okay, in a enclosed bracket. The horizontal line in a matrix are called row. Horizontal, what do you mean by horizontal? Is it a flat or a straight line? Yes, remember horizontal is a flat line like this. This is horizontal line, this is vertical line. Horizontal and vertical. Clear? Okay. Horizontal line are known as what? Row and column. These are two important, most important words we use. Same like angle of depression and angle of, what do you call that? Elevation. Row and column. The keywords here are row and column. So horizontal line or row. See, this is row. These two are row, and this is column. Column 1, column 2, column 3. That is what they have given here. Okay. So the horizontal line we call it as rows, and the vertical line we call it as column. The number constitutive matrix. Fine. Next, elements. What do you call elements or entries? In a matrix 5 to 8 1, when bracket is not given, these are normal numbers, students. Normal numbers. Inside the bracket, when you write these numbers, we call them as elements. Elements or entries. The plural form of matrix. Plural is many. We call matrices. So singular form is matrix, plural form is matrices. And whatever numbers are present inside, sometimes it can be numbers, sometimes it can be alphabet. Those are known as elements. Same like set. In a set, you write elements. Okay, inside the parenthesis or bracket, whatever you write, A, E, I, O, U. These are vowels. We call this as elements. Same concept. Whatever you write in matrix, we call it as elements. Make a note. All of you write matrix. Don't write the definition. Just write what is column, what is row. Just take some random value, students, right? 2, 3, 4, 1. Tell me how many rows are there in this? How many flat lines do we have? Looking the spot. 2 rows, right? This is first row. Okay, I'll write it as R1, row 1. And this is row 2. What about column, students? How many columns are there? Column is a, yes, column is a vertical line. Column 1 and column 2. Remember like this. Say horizontal, vertical. Next, order of matrix. Just write this one, write what is row, a column, and inside we call it as elements. Total there are 4 elements, students. Elements can be numbers, positive number, negative number, 0. Next, order of matrix. Order of matrix is nothing but the way you write these element, how many rows and how many columns are there. The way you write it, we call it as order of matrix. A matrix having m row n column is known as m into n. So we give preference for row first. Okay, we always write row first and then column, students, column. So m into n. We read this as M by N matrix. M by N. What does M stand for? M stand for row. N stands for column. You can give any alphabet, M and N. They have given M and N. M into N matrix. We call M by N. So tell me how many rows are there? 2, 3, 4, 1. How many rows are there? 2 rows, right? How many columns are there? 2 columns. So you have to write 2 into 2 is the answer. This is known as order of matrix, 2 into 2. If I write 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. How many rows are there? Row is a flat line. Yeah, there are 2 rows. Concentrate students, simple concept. Amy, you're giving wrong answer. What? How many rows are there? Row 1 and row 2. How many columns are there? C1, C2, C3. How do you write order of matrix? We give preference for which one, row or column? Row first. So it is, how many rows it has? 2 row. This is not multiplication. We call it as by. 2 by, how many columns are there? 3. This is the order of matrix. MCQ, mostly they ask, very rare they ask, if they'll give you a certain value like this, they'll ask you what is order of matrix. All of you will concentrate students, even one concept you miss, you won't be able to understand the other one. See here, if you don't understand what is row and column, you won't be able to write the order of matrix. If you don't know what is horizontal and vertical line, you won't know which is row and which is column. If you don't know which is row and which is column, you won't be able to write order of matrix. Only if you know order of matrix, you can do addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So everything is interlinked. If you're not concentrating, it's left up to you. Like, I won't be teaching it again. Next. First I'll teach from here. Later if you want, you can go through your textbook, students. Even from your textbook, I'll solve few questions. M into N matrix. M into N elements. Okay. That is fine. We denote matrix by capital letters. Now look here. We denote all the elements by letter I and J, student. You can take any letter. Okay, you can take any letter. They've given I and J. I and J. If I write 2, 3, 4 and 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. Let me take denote I and J. What does I and J stand for? I stands for row, students. I stands for row. Whatever you write first, that is for row. J stands for column. The second one is for column. Now, tell me where is 2? 2 is in which row? All of you respond. Isn't it in the first row? Which column? Which column? First column. So for 2, I comma j, the answer is 2, 1 comma 1. Remember this. I comma j. Concept is nothing but position of the element. Now we are studying position of the element. Order is completed. Position. Let me take 3, I comma j. Tell me 3, where does 3 lie? Which row? How can it be in second row? This entire thing is first row. Yes, first row, second column. So what will you write? 1 and which column? Second column. Yes. For 1 comma 2 or 1 and 2 students, 1 and 2. That is the value for 3. What about 4? Fourth one lies in which one? Row 2 and first column. What is the number will you assign? Tell me, second row. We always give preference for row first, right? Row first. So second row, which column? First column. So the value, the position of the value for 4 is 2 comma 1. This is the position or value. What about 1? Which row, which column? Second row, second column. 2 comma 2. So what they would ask you, they'll ask you questions like this. In exam, they'll ask you, what is the position of, give me the element. Which element is at position 1 comma 2? Which element is in the position 1 comma? What do you mean by 1 comma 2? 1 stands for row, 2 stands for column. Yeah, which element is in first row, second column? Answer is 3. Okay, this is basic, students. So starting, we studied what is matrix, what is row and what is column. Second, whatever is inside matrix we call elements. Then we study the order, how to write the order. After that, now position of that element. Okay, position of that element is 1 comma 2. That is what they've explained here. Can you see here what they've explained? Let A first row, second row, first column, second column, third column. Is this clear, students? So how do you write it? How do you write the element with respect to row? There are 2 rows and how many columns? 3 columns. Yes, 2 row, 3 columns. So when you multiply 2 threes, what you're getting? 6. Total how many elements are there? Total how many elements? 6 elements. Yes, 6 elements. I and J stands for position. If they ask position, just now I explain what is position. Look at example 2. Let B. They have given value. We have 3 rows and 3 columns. 3 rows, 3 columns. 2 columns. So the order of matrix is with respect to row, you write 3 multiplied by 2. Look, number of elements are same, students. For example 1 and example 2, A and B matrix, number of elements are 6, but their orders are not same. For the first one it is 2 into 3, for the second one it is 3 into 2. So remember this, first we always give preference for row. Next one, example 3. Yeah, what is given in example 3? How many rows and how many columns are there? Tell me, 2 rows and 2 columns. It is read as 2 by 2. We don't call 2 into 2. This is not multiplication. We call 2 by 2. So total 4 elements are there. Next, notation. Notation is nothing but the position what I told. The meaning of notation is in which position the element lies. Okay. And one more thing I missed out was 1, 2, 3, 4 students. All this we call elements. Elements. An element is donated by A. You can take any alphabet, but mostly they take A. Now this is the value A. This position A where I've written which column, which row and which column? First row, first column. Next, first row, which column? Second column. Here, second row, right? It's in second row. I should write 2 and which column? First column. A22. Look at the value. And just compare it. Where is 2? It is in 1 comma 2. This is known as notation. Notation is basically position of the element. That is what they have mentioned here. First row, second row, third row. First column, second column, third column. Okay, now I'll ask you a question. I'll give you this. See. Okay. As of now, what have you all written in notes, students? So far, what have you written? Did you all write what is matrix? All of you respond. Matrix are basically numbers. Numbers are some elements in a rectangular bracket. Okay, or parenthesis bracket. And did you all write what is row, column? Did you all understand row and column? Clear? Then how to write order? You know what is the order? Yeah, order is the way the elements are arranged. That is known as order. I'll write 3 minus 1, 5, 0, 6, 3, 1, 2, 4. Now, this is known as, let me reduce 2 lines. What is the order, students? With respect to row, how many rows are there? How many rows? 2 rows. This flat line, just imagine there's a flat line here. How many flat lines are there? 2 flat lines. How many straight lines are there? Vertical lines? 3. Column 1, column 2, column 3. Look at this. Row 1, row 2. That's it. How do you write the order? This is order of which matrix? First preference is always given for row. 2 into 2 by, how many columns are there? Yes, 2 into 3. 2 by 3. 2 into 3 is how much? 6. So are there 6 elements? Okay, first thing, row is done. Now let us find the position. Position, right in your notes. Just copy this question, students. Copy this, whatever I've written. Write R1, R2, write the order. Completed? Okay, now position, students. Position or notation. You won't remember the word notation. Okay, notation. Write notation as position. Notation is nothing but in bracket, write it as position. Next concept, position. Okay, whether it is notation or the position where they are located. Okay, for that there is a concept. See, first let's take 2 comma 2 matrix, 2 into 2 matrix. For 2 into 2 matrix, I'll assign the alphabet element as A, students. For everything A. Which position this A is at? First row, first column. Let me write A here. Which row? Same first row? Yes. First row, second column. What number should I write? 1? Yes. 1 comma 2 or 1 and 2. Next. All of you will respond. See, if you want, write R1, R2 and write C1, C2. Yes. How do you check this, students? Same like trigonometry table. How do you check sine, cos, tan? Same like that. A. Where is A? With respect to row, which position? Yes. A, 2. With respect to column? Very good. Next. Here. With respect to row, which one? 2. With respect to column, which one? 2. Is this clear? So you're right. Completed. This is 2 by 2 matrix. Next, I'll give you 3 by 3 matrix. You write the alphabets. Starting whatever question we solve, right on top, write C1, C2, R1, R2, students. After 2 or 3 days, you'll get used to that. Okay, you'll get used to what are rows and column. Next one. Okay, can you all fill here? First, how many rows are there? 3 rows and 2 column. What is the matrix? Order of matrix. 3 by 2, right? Yeah, 3 by 2. So we'll take a first element here. What should I write? With respect to row, it is 1 comma 1. Yes, 1 comma 1, right? A1 1, not 1 comma 1. Sorry, not 1 comma 1. We call A1 1. Next, below C2 and A1, what is A? R1 value? What? Tell me the value. Yes, just compare this 2 here and 1 here. 2 1. Next, here 2 2. Here. With respect to R, P1 and here. Yeah, check R and check R and C, students. 3 2. This is 3 comma 2 matrix. Take another example, 3 comma 3. I want you all to write A value now. Start writing C1, C2, C3, R1, R2, R3. What's the matrix order? Order of matrix 3 into 3. Write all the alphabets. Just take A and write all the numbers, students. Just write A here for all this A and A. Write the numbers. Tell me the order, students. What did you all write? Next, 1 2 1 2 1. Compare it. 2 2 and 2 3. Next, 3 1 3 2 3 3. Now this we need to compare with the notation with this, students. Main question. Is this clear? Notation. All of you understood what is notation of position? How to find? Done with this? Okay. Now, if they give you all a question, if I give you a question, find the answer for all these students. Yes. Complete this. Write it first question. Notation or position of matrix. Answer all these questions. All of you completed? Yeah. Tell me the answer. A21. What is A21? Yes. If you're getting confused, right here. C1, C2, C3. R1, R2, R3. So 2 and 1, students. Look here. R2 and C1. You draw the arrow. What's the answer? 7. So starting, I'll write this. Once you get used to this, it is very easy. Next, 833 is X. A22, 0. A12, no, no. A12, yes. A1, that is 1 meaning is row 1, column 2, minus 1. A11 is A31, 31. What is A31? 9 or 6. Somebody is telling 2, 3, right? First one is row, students. See, this is row, this is column. Third row. Third row, first column. Which one? 9. Yes. Okay. 2, 2. Only 2. Next, A23. 12 is the. So this is how they'll ask. And all this are MCQ students. We haven't started the main concept. Okay. We have just learned one matrix. Usually from one matrix, this is what you can expect. They'll either ask you what is, what do you call that, order or notation or position, a comma 1, a comma 2. See, that is what they've explained, all this. Next, diagonal of the matrix. You know what is diagonal, right? All of your diagonal, okay. Diagonal is nothing but this one, students, like this. If you take a rectangle or a circle from one corner to another corner, we call diagonal. Okay, from one corner to another corner, we call diagonal. In a given matrix, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 are known as diagonal of the elements. 1, 1, 2, 2, see this one, and this one are called the diagonal of element, but not the other way. See, only this is diagonal, this one. Don't assume the other one also is to be diagonal. That is, see this one. The red one is not diagonal, students. In this question, 3, 4, 0 is a diagonal elements. We call diagonal. Okay, this 3, 4, 0 is a diagonal element, but you can't take 7, 4, 1. 7, 4, 8. Don't take 7, 4, 8 as diagonal. That is not diagonal element. We always start from first one, 3, 4, 0. Okay, and you have to memorize this, students. If they ask you diagonal element, what are the value? Can you tell me the value A11? What is given? Yes. Where is 4? Where is 4? A22 position, right? A22 position. Okay, let me write like this. A22 is 4. Next, 0. Look at 0, A33. In this textbook, they have given A students. They have assigned A for all the elements. Okay. Each textbook will be different, or when you learn it online, or when your teacher teaches, it can be different, but the concept is same. 1 and 1. This 1 and 1 we call I and J. Rotation or position I and J. I stands for, write this, I forgot to mention, AIJ, which means I stands for row, right? Make a note. I stands for row, J stands for column. In some textbook, you can see them A, R, and C. What does R stand for? Row, and C stands for column. Just write it like this: AIJ or AIC is equal to ARC, row and column. Therefore, I stands for row, C stands for column. Okay. Next, diagonal is done. See why they specified diagonal. The value diagonal is, if I write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 students, and diagonal will be, it is only possible in 2, 2 matrix and 3, 3 matrix. 2 and 2, 3 and 3. Both should be same. See, both should be equal. 2 and 2, 3 and 3. These three elements, what do we call? Row or column? What do you call them? Row. In a flat line, we call row. In a straight line, we call column. But the cross section of this is what we call diagonal. The cross section, we call it as diagonal, students. Only 1, 5, and 9. So if they give you a set like this and ask you to find diagonal elements, what's the answer? What are diagonal elements? 1, 5, and 9. This is the answer. Don't write 3, 5, 7. 3, 5, 7 are not diagonal elements. 1, 5, 9 are diagonal. And this is applicable only for 2, 2 by 2 matrix and 3 by 3 matrix. What's the time? Okay, another 15-20 minutes left. What is 2 by 2 and 3 by 3? I already explained. 2 and 3, 1 and minus 5. See, it's an even number. 2 into 2. Total 4 elements. Only then you'll get a diagonal matrix. Okay, if they are not equal, students, for example, 2, 1, 5, 12, minus 33, 0. What's the order of this? Can you respond order? How many rows are there? 2 rows. Yeah, what's the answer? 2 by 3. Is any diagonal formed here? They're not even, right? There's no diagonal element. See, there's no diagonal, students. You can't do, this is not a diagonal element. Okay, so diagonal element is not possible. What's the answer for diagonal element? A11, A22, and okay. Here is A33 there. See, we have A11, we have A22, A33 is missing here. So in order to have A33, you should have had one more row R3. If you had one more row R3, it would have been 3 by 3 matrix. So the combination should be same, 2 into 2, 3 into 3. Even 2 into 2, you don't get students. Remember 3 into 3, diagonal elements. And also write diagonal element A11, A22, A33. Write the value, all of you, write diagonal element. Next concept. Completed. I will written what is diagonal element. Just A11, A22, A33 students. Follow those. Next, after diagonal element, some special types of matrix. So almost all the important ones we have done. Okay, and diagonal elements is only possible in 3 into 3 matrix. Here 3 into 3, only in that we get, not 2 into 2, only 3 into 3 mentioned there. Diagonal elements is only possible for 3 by 3 matrix. Next, what are the different types of matrix? Right types of matrix, students. Next concept in notes, right types of matrix. So today I'll explain all the basics. What are the terms, types of matrix? Tomorrow we'll start solving. Okay, first one. What do you mean by row matrix, students? What is row matrix here? A matrix having how many rows? Only one row. Okay, if I assign, you have to assign an alphabet. See, A matrix A. We assign a name to this matrix A. 2 by 2, 5. Or you can write 7, 0, minus 3. How many rows does it have, students? How many rows? Only one row, right? It doesn't matter how many columns it has. That doesn't matter. Row column meaning is concentrate row. One row. Next, look at column matrix. What is column matrix? A matrix having how many column? Only one column. If I take minus 2, 5 and 7, how many rows are there in this? All of you respond. How many rows are there? R1. What is the order of matrix for this students? How many rows are there? 3 rows and how many column? This is the order of matrix. This is order of matrix. Number of row doesn't matter. Column should be 1. It has only one column. See, that is what they have written here. 3 in 3 by 1. So number of rows doesn't matter. Column matters. That is what we call column matrix. Next, rectangle. For rectangle, it should be equal. All of you write row matrix, column matrix in notes. Don't write the definition, student. Just give an example. Just write in one single line. Row number of rows should be 1. Number of columns should be 1. Sorry, rectangle is not equal. Square is equal. Basically like square and rectangle. You know what is rectangle? Square, right? What do you mean by square, students? What's the property of square? All four sides are equal. If it comes to matrix, same. Number of rows should be equal to what? Number of column. Now tell me the property of rectangle. Only the, yes, opposite sides, which means all four sides are not equal, right? See, that is how this rectangle looks like. Look at rectangle matrix. Read what they have given. All of you will go through this. A matrix in which number of rows is not equal. Is not equal. For a square matrix, it is equal. Write it, right? Yeah, write it however you want. You write the entire statement, just write an example. Go through first four. Another 5 minutes. No, 15 minutes left. Memorize the first four with the example, students. Row matrix, column matrix. In row matrix, one row. Column matrix, one column. Rectangle matrix, 2 by 3. Number of rows is not equal to number of columns. Then we have square matrix. Completed? Have you all written it? At least one line, student. So today I'll just memorize. When you take matrix chapter, you should know all these concepts. Okay, we know what is diagonal element, students. See, diagonal element is different. Diagonal matrix is different. Don't get confused. I'll explain what is the difference between diagonal element and diagonal matrix. Okay. When it comes to diagonal element, everything will have a number, students. 1, 4, 7, minus 3, sorry, minus 4, 3, 6, 8, 12, 15. This is an element. Everything has a letter, right? I mean, everything has a number, right? Nothing is zero here. Everything has number. In this, what are the diagonal elements, students? What are diagonal elements? 1, 15. 1, 3, 15, and what is diagonal element? Remember this. Diagonal matrix is different. See, in diagonal matrix, a square matrix in which, what do you mean by square matrix? Read what is square matrix. Number of rows should be equal to number of columns. So diagonal element is possible in which one, students? Diagonal element is possible only for square matrix. See here, 2 into 2, 3 into 3. A, a square matrix in which every non-diagonal element is 0. Look at the difference. The first one what I have written is diagonal element. Diagonal elements. So diagonal elements are basically only the elements in the diagonal position 1, 3 and 5. Other numbers can be 0 or can be a number. It doesn't matter. But when it comes to diagonal matrix, it should be a square matrix. First concept, square matrix. What is square matrix? The number of sides are equal. Similar to that, number of elements row is equal to column. First thing. Next, apart from the diagonal matrix, I'll take 1, 3, 15 here. Other things should be 0. Look, all the other things should be 0. This is known as diagonal matrix. So diagonal element is different, diagonal matrix is different. Is it clear? Did you understand? See, look at 2 comma 2. They have given 2 comma 2, 5 and 9. Except diagonal matrix, other two are 0. Look at B. Except 2, 8 and 4. That is A11, A22, A33. These three have numbers, certain numbers, 2, 8 and 4. They are known as diagonal element. Only the diagonal elements will have a number. Apart from that, other things are 0. That's it. Next. Write it however you want. Just copy the definition, give an example, complete diagonal matrix. Last two are left. 0 null matrix, identity matrix. Okay, let me even complete this, students. Later you can make a note. There are only 7 types. What do you mean by unit? Unit or identity? Unit meaning is what? Unit meaning is one, right? Single. Unit meaning is single. Read what is given. A square. Even unit matrix is also square matrix, students. So diagonal and unit matrix are square matrix in which diagonal elements are 1. Look here. Just a minute. Understood what is unit matrix? Okay, what is unit matrix, students? Tell me. Yes, here tell me. What is the difference between diagonal and unit matrix? Very good. Yes, it's always one. The diagonal element is always one. And unit matrix is very important, students. When we solve, you'll understand. When we solve the question. Is this clear? The diagonal element is always one. Okay. In a unit matrix, sorry, the identity matrix, the diagonal elements are always one. In diagonal matrix, it can be anything, positive, negative, zero, anything. Next, what is null matrix? All of you will respond. A matrix in which every element is zero is called null matrix. Everything should be zero. Okay, everything. There are total 7. Just go through this. Just a minute. Equal matrix, comparable. That's it. Almost done. We'll start solving questions tomorrow. Equal and which is the other one? Comparable matrix and equal. I'll explain tomorrow. First, go through these 7, students. All of you completed? Responses: 0, unit, diagonal, square, rectangle, column, row. Okay, tell me what are the concepts we covered today. All of you respond. We studied what is matrix, matrix, then after that row and column. Next, elements. Yes, what are elements? You know what are the notation or position? Okay, which position they lie? That is Aij. We represent Aij, or some can even write X RC or BRC, ARC. Basically, we give preference for row first, row and column. Then we studied order, right? Order of matrix. Elements order of matrix notation next. After that, diagonal elements. Diagonal element is different. Diagonal matrix is different. We studied diagonal elements. Diagonal elements. Next, we studied types of matrix. What are the types of matrix? Yes. Triangle. Okay. Triangle. Okay. Total there are 7 students. I think we have covered everything. Look here. Types of matrix are row, column, rectangle, square. Okay. Then comes diagonal, unit matrix, zero matrix. Zero or null. Null is basically empty. But here it is not empty. We don't call empty. We write zeros. Fine. So that's it for today. Attend at same time tomorrow. We'll continue. We'll start solving. That's it for today. All of you can leave, students.